Hi, Romans here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the sounds behind the track Pioneers of Modern Narcissism. As I mentioned in the previous video, I'm going to be discussing mainly the keyboard/synth sounds and the bass sounds. Pioneers is the only track on the album where all of the synth and keyboard sounds came just from the Korg Minilogue XD alone, and there were two presets that I used, both of which are actually default presets which you can find among the 200 presets it comes loaded with. So the main sound of the track is this preset called VRU, which is like VR, 4 E's and W, whatever that stands for. And this is the sound that was used throughout the whole track. I will try to play it for you, even though I'm not much of a keyboard player, that's why I have one in the band. The only time we alter this sound a little bit is in the bridge, where we change the starting position of the cutoff and we kind of go up as the bridge goes on, so that there's this sense of rising up, so that when the chorus comes in, it really punches your face. A different sound was used in the verses, and there was this problem that I kind of had to solve. Right when the riff ends, there were 28 seconds of just one chord being held, C sharp. But the thing is that there wasn't really that much going on rhythmically. It took a couple of seconds before I started singing the verses, and even though halfway through the verse saxophone comes in, apart from that there wasn't really anything going on. And you know, if you have a conventional sound holding a chord for like almost half a minute, that's pretty boring, and I think that that wouldn't really work for the track. So I had to find out a sound that would be interesting. Obviously you have many choices. You can choose an arpeggiator, you can have some over-the-top sounds, some effects or whatever. I really wanted something unexpected, something electronical, but at the same time something that would fit the track. And that's when I repurposed one of the default presets on Korg Minilogue XD, which is actually called Extra Fat. I think it's either 56 or 66. But you know, if you play it, it's gonna sound pretty different from the track. And I altered the sound where it had this kind of like a tremolo thing going on, and it's very rhythmical. And as I was holding it, I was just playing with the cutoff a little bit, which was making it brighter. But when the saxophone comes in, that's when I went fully clockwise, and suddenly the tremolo part, while still audible on its own, became lost in the mix. And in a way it made the whole sound much smoother, and it was like this relief moment.
Yet consider ourselves an elite, desperate need for being recognized.
I call it one of those happy accidents where you don't really anticipate the result, but once you do it, it's like, wow, it surprises you and you're like, this is perfect, I'm gonna use it for the track. When it comes to the bass sounds, Pioneers is one of the two songs from my second album where basically I'm using one sound for the entirety of the track. So here we have Kali 76 compact bass compressor. Then I'm using the Zeus pedal from Red Witch Analog Effects, which is both fuzz and octave. And I'm using the B7K preamp/overdrive from Dark Glass Electronics. Obviously the compressor is my always on pedal, but this combination makes for a really cool sound. I wanted to use it on the first album already, and I kinda went for it with Pilgrim in Doubt, but the actual result is more subtle, so you don't really hear it there. On the Zeus pedal we have the sputter knob, which is essentially the gating of the fuzz, and it's really perfect for staccato playing where you have no noise or no sound when you don't play, but at the same time you have very little to no sustain. That's why it's good for fast staccato playing, and that's where the compressor comes in, because without the compressor it just wouldn't really sound that good. You're also gonna hear some sound from the camera because the amp is pretty crucial for this. Fuzz in general is a sound that if you listen to it direct, like the direct input, it's just horrible and you wouldn't really be able to listen to it for more than a few seconds without feeling nauseous almost. Compressor is my always on pedal. So first I'm gonna show you how the fuzz sounds on its own, then the overdrive, then together, and then the recording.